Okay, once again, my name is Freddie Titus, and this is Developmental Math 0371, Section 1 or Section 3. I'm doing both sections together. My office can be found in the ROTC building, room 105. My phone number in my office is going to be 409-880-8918. My fax number, and you're going to need my fax number, is 880-8602, and my email address of preference is going to be titusfu@my.lamar.edu. Now, it's important when you email me that in the subject, always in the subject, no matter what the email is about, if you would put in that particular spot as well, DMAP 0371 and the section number. My office hours for this particular semester is going to be on Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 10:10 to 11, and then on Tuesday, Thursday from 9:30 to 10:45. Or I'm usually around the university a lot. You can make an appointment and just come by uh, uh, at an appointed time. Now, if my office hours doesn't fit your schedule or we can't make an appointment, then we could do it by way of the internet. I'm into technology. Uh, the purpose of this course is to get you up to speed and get you prepared for college level math. Again, the goal for many of us is to pass college algebra plus one additional math class. And so the goal of this class is to do that. Uh, Upon successfully completing this class, you should be able to do linear equations and linear equalities, solve absolute value equations, graph linear equations and inequalities with two variables, define and identify relations as functions, find the domain and the range of functions, solve systems of equation in two variables, and solve application problems. The student will also be able to add, subtract, multiply, divide, and factor polynomials, and solve equations by factoring at the conclusion of this course. And this course, in essence, prepare you for 0372. To be placed in this course, you must meet one of these categories that's listed here. Passing 0071 or DMAP 0370, and you can read the rest of these. Make sure that you are in one of these categories. Now, one thing that you need to know about your developmental class, it is considered a priority class, okay? And it is required. It is a required class, and you cannot drop your developmental class. That is so important, unless the math section has been passed, or you take this particular portion on a placement test and you pass it. Okay? So you want to be careful about that. Attendance is required in this course, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later on. Okay? The textbook, we have a new textbook. The title of the textbook is Intermediate Algebra, and it is the 9th edition. So you want to keep that in mind, that now we are using the 9th edition of this particular textbook. And so, you can find this book in the bookstore. Again, be careful when going to buy the book, because we're still using the 8th edition for 0372, and we're using this 9th edition for 0371. Let's talk about attendance for a minute. Attendance is required in this class. Our class meets on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so we have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. And because we have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday class, you're allowed to miss up to 3 days in this class, and that's whether it's excused or unexcused. You want to be conscious of the number of days that you miss in this particular class. Again, this is a state-mandated class, and it is required, your attendance is required to this particular course. If you miss more than the allotted number of days or have more absences than this number, and your average is below 70, there is a possibility that you can make an F in this class due to your absences. So you want to be very careful with that. When it comes to classroom participation, this class I require class participation, and so let's see what that means. Student must bring textbook to class. That's the expectation. I expect you to take notes in class and to do your homework assignments from the syllabus and to do assign lab work and any other work that I choose to assign for this particular class. Students not participating may be asked to leave class and be counted absence for the day. Non-participation will cause a student to make an F if the grade at the end of the semester is below 70. Let's go back to attendance one more time. Another thing that we need to know about attendance, I expect you to be to class on time. And so if you come to class extremely late without having a legitimate excuse, that still can be levied as an absence. Okay? All right, so I do expect you to participate in this class. Okay, grading for this class. The grades in this class, the final grade in this class, you can make A, B, C, U, or an F. The grades will be determined by averaging 5 major test grades and 1 daily average, which is going to be 75% of your grade. And then that's going to be a final exam. That's going to be 25% of your grade. Now, the grading scale is one of those traditional grading scales. If you have an average that's above an A, 90, then you get an A in this class. Average between 89 and 90, that's going to give you a B in this class. And if we could get the page to move forward. Let's see, okay? And then a C is between 70 and 79. And the U is reserved for the student who managed to do all the classwork, turn in all your assignments, you take all the tests, but you fail to have a 70 average. Then I have the right to give that student a U. Now, U does not count against you. It does not count against your GPA. But if you get an F in this particular course, then that grade is going to count against you. So you don't want to be in that category. So how do you get an F? Well, you become a candidate for an F if you have more than a allotted number of absences. 2, if you have an excessive number of zeros on daily grades, like for homework, practice tests, and anything else that I choose to be a daily grade. Or if you fail to retest when the first test grade is below 70, I'm going to talk about that when we talk about testing in this class in more detail. Or even if you fail to take a major exam, or even if you miss the final exam, you become a candidate for the grade of an F. Okay. Developmental Math Lab. Now, the Developmental Math Lab is located in this building that we're in now. In fact, we're in the Math Lab complex. Our actual classroom is going to be in Lucas Room 101. The Math Lab is available for you to use. Here in the Math Lab, as you can see, because you're on the computers already, that we have computers in this Math Lab. On the computers, there are tutorials that's correlated with the sections of the book. In addition, there are practice tests on these computers, but I have another way of doing practice tests, and I will tell you about that later. In addition, look at the times that the Math Lab is going to be open. There are also proctors in the Math Lab, and these proctors are here to assist you. Say, for example, you come to class and we go through the lecture together, and you say, "Oh my goodness, I don't know what Mr. Titus is talking about." Well, then what can happen is you can come over to the Math Lab, watch a video, or get some assistance from a proctor. All the tests that we will take in this class will be given in the math lab, and text explanation and retesting, if it's necessary, will be done in the math lab. So you need to plan in your schedule some time to come by the math lab to do that. Now let me talk about how do you get a daily grade. Well, the daily grade is going to count like a test score in the end. I'm going to give you several daily